We'll call the City Council meeting to order for Monday, May 15th, 2023. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Mayor Floyd.
Here.
Councilmember Burnett.
Here.
Councilmember Dean.
Here.
Councilmember Wilson.
Here.
All right. Unless there's any changes to the agenda, we'd look for a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Holly,
Second.
second by Steve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we'll move on to number 5 here under our announcements and commendations. Item 5.1 is our proclamation for Peace Officers Memorial Day and Police Week. Chief Rutherford.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. As you're aware, May 15th of each year has been declared, was originally declared by John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy, as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week that May 15th falls in as Police Week each year. We've crafted a proclamation for you all to read and declare those two events. As you're aware, the last month or so has been a tough time for area law enforcement. Wisconsin and Minnesota combined have lost 4 officers to line of duty deaths, gunfire related, in the last month. We've lost an officer to suicide, and we've lost an officer to a medical emergency off duty, but it was a very close friend to many of us here in the Farmington Police Department. So the proclamations carry a little bit extra weight this year. So,
Thank you, sir. At this time, we will read the proclamation by all present council members.
Proclamation, Peace Officers Memorial Day, May 15, 2023. Police Week, May 14 through May 20, 2023. Whereas in 1962, President John F. Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week it falls in as Police Week, and whereas there are more than 800,000 sworn law enforcement officers honorably serving communities across the United States of America, including the dedicated men and women of the Farmington Police Department, and
Whereas the Farmington Police Department is a modern law enforcement agency providing a vital public service through our mission of service in the interest of peace and justice. And
Whereas over 55,000 law enforcement officers are assaulted annually, resulting in injuries to over 16,000 of them. Since 1786, over 23,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and died in the line of duty. And
Whereas in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Day and Police Week, the City of Farmington invites members of the public to honor the Farmington Police Department at their Police Week open house on Saturday, May 20th, 2023, from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m.
now therefore I, Joshua Hoyt, Mayor, on behalf of the Farmington City Council, do hereby proclaim May 15th, 2023 as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and also proclaim the week of May 14 to 20, 2023 as Police Week. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Farmington, Minnesota to be affixed on this 15th day of May, 2023. Our next item, oh, come on now. All right, next item 5.2 is National Public Works Week Proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. In honor of public works professionals in Farmington, the state of Minnesota, and across North America, this is the 63rd year that the Canadian and American Public Works Associations are celebrating Public Works Week. So we're requesting a proclamation for the week of May 21 to 27 as National Public Works Week in Farmington.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we will again read this proclamation.
A proclamation for National Public Works Week, May 21st through 27th, 2023. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Farmington. And
Whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who include maintenance workers, engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government who are responsible for building, improving, protecting, and operating our nation's transportation, water supply, wastewater systems, fleet, and other facilities essential for our citizens. And
whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Farmington to gain knowledge of and to maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And
whereas the year 2023 marks the 63rd Annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association, Canadian Public Works Association, be it now, and
Now therefore, I, Joshua Hoyt, Mayor, on behalf of the Farmington City Council, do hereby designate the week May 21 to 27, 2023 as National Public Works Week, and urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, maintenance workers, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Farmington, Minnesota, to be affixed on this 15th day of May, 2023. Thank you. And we will move on to item number 6, which is our citizen comments. If there's anyone in attendance looking to speak at this time? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to item number 7, which is our consent agenda. Unless there's changes to the consent agenda, we'd look for a motion to approve.
motion.
Motion by Steve,
second.
second by Nick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and we will go right on to item number 10-1, which is the resolution approving the final plat, Vermillion Commons, second edition. Tony.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Before you this evening is the final plat for Vermillion Commons Second Edition. This plat consists of 58 townhome lots. It is consistent with the approved preliminary plat, which did include 276 townhome units over 75.78 acres, which yielded a density of 6.7 units per acre. The property is zoned R3 and is part of a planned unit development. The minimum required setbacks within this development are as follows. The front yard is 25 feet, side corner setback 15, interior side 10, and the rear yard 10. The plat does contain 15 outlots. Outlot A is just over 31.5 acres and consists of a mixture of future development easements for 4 natural gas pipelines. Outlot B is 17.5508 acres, consists of wetland, floodplain, and those same gas easements. This outlot will be deeded to the city as part of this development. The remaining outlots will have to be relabeled on this plat, C through O, prior to recording, as the plat currently does have 2 outlot Bs. So it's just some minor tweaks before filing that plat that need to be changed. The outlots currently labeled as D and K consist of private roads. Outlot currently labeled as N is a stormwater facility. This too will be deeded to the city as part of the development. And then all the remaining outlots within the plat consist of common area around the townhome lots. This is essentially the final plat. So as you can see, it's in the east central portion of the site, south of the fire station. And again, this is just a blown up version of the plat showing you lot dimensions. The second edition access will come from 218th Street West via Denton Avenue. Denton Avenue consists of a 60-foot right-of-way with a 32-foot wide roadway. The private streets within what are currently labeled outlots D and K are measured 27 feet, and that's from curb to curb. Shown on this map, there will be an 8-foot wide bituminous trail. It's shown in yellow on the map. That will be constructed adjacent to Denmark Avenue to the extent of the development, and will be located in a 25-foot wide trail drainage and utility easement that will be in favor of the county. Additionally, there will be a 5-foot wide sidewalk as shown in red on the map. This will be installed on the west side of Denton Avenue. There are 31 off-street parking spaces that will be provided with this second addition. Additionally, the proposed 2-story townhomes consist of 2-car garages and space for 2 parked cars in the driveway of each unit. So there's adequate parking. It exceeds what our code does require. The Planning Commission did review this final plat at their meeting on May 9th. The commission voted 3-0 to recommend approval of the final plat. Therefore, the action that is requested this evening is to adopt the attached resolution approving the final plat for Vermillion Commons Second Edition, subject to the following. Number 1, the plat must be revised as outlots need to be relabeled to eliminate duplicate lettering. 2, the satisfaction of all engineering comments related to the construction plans for grading and utilities. And number 3, a development contract between the applicant and City of Farmington shall be executed and security fees and costs shall be paid, and submission of all other documents required under the development contract shall be required.
Thank you, sir.
That's what I've got.
Any questions, Steve?
Tony, I think you pointed this out, but the trail is going to meet the county standard, correct?
Correct, it will be a county trail, as
Yeah.
it will, correct. So they have drawn up an easement in favor of the county, so yes, it will be the county standards.
Is there any financial partnership that goes on there between the developer and the county?
The responsibility for construction of that trail is solely on the developer.
Right, okay, thank you.
All good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Nick?
Just to tack on, where does that trail then, is that gonna meet right at the bridge then? Or,
It basically goes to the southern portion of the fire station, and then it goes west, and then continues, it kind of loops
Got it.
through the development.
so the fire department, I forgot that was sitting there between the bridge, but, no. This is a great job. There's a ton of detail in this thing. I really like how in-depth it is, but, so no questions from me.
Holly?
No questions.
Just a point of clarification, 218th Street is the east-west arterial, essentially splits the development, right?
Correct, correct.
And hence why it has the wider road width?
That's correct.
And then that'll stay consistent all the way through to the west, through the final additions and?
Correct, absolutely.
Okay. And I believe, I thought this was part of the first plat, but how much of 220th is getting paved, and when does that entrance from the development to 220th, in what phase is that going to be done again?
I think they extended the entrance down with the initial phase.
Okay.
We'll have to work with the developer on the future phase 4 pavement.
Okay, cool. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, we look for a motion to adopt the attached resolution approving the final plat for Vermillion Commons Second Edition, subject to the 3 aforementioned criteria.
Motion.
Motion by Holly,
Second?
second by Nick. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Bernat,
Yes.
Councilmember Lean,
Yes.
Councilmember Wilson,
Yes,
Mayor Hoy.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to City Council Roundtable. Nick?
I have absolutely nothing tonight for a short meeting, so.
All right. Steve?
was this ping pong back and forth this week?
Mixing it up a little bit.
A couple things. I did want to note, for John and his team, I could give them kudos every week because they do such a great job, our maintenance and our crew up there, but, really nice job just efficiently doing the hydrants and getting the streets clean. I mean, they're in great shape for, I guess now you'd almost call it mid to late spring. So thank you for that. And then, as the chief and we pointed out earlier, there's a open house this Saturday from 11 to 2 at the police station. Everybody knows where the police station is, 195th and Pilot. Should be a great family event. or event for anyone. So make sure to show up for that.
Thank you. Holly?
I actually have two things. They were part of the consent agenda. One included the upgrade to Farmington's warning sirens. For me, it's just a reminder for myself and, really for all of our citizens to pay attention to these warnings. They exist for a reason. And, better safe than sorry as we enter into severe weather season. I know it's always fun to stand out and watch the clouds roll in, but when you hear the sirens, just do your due diligence and get inside, just for safety. And then the other thing that was a part of the consent agenda actually has to do with Farmington due days. And the reason I want to bring it up is, as a volunteer with the committee, I just really want to say thank you to the city of Farmington and city staff for their support for due days, and to the community. This is our annual festival, so come out and hang out with us. It's 38 days from now. You can find tons of information on farmingtonduedays.com, and I don't know, I for one want to see everybody out there, so 4th weekend in June.
Thank you. Leah?
Yeah, so as legislative session's coming to an end, there's all sorts of new laws that are going to hit the books, and I just wanted to let people know that the League of Minnesota Cities is a great resource for learning about those new laws. They have a lot of great guides and explainers, and then, of course, if you're like me, maybe you'll dig into the statute itself, so thanks.
Thank you. Lynn?
Well, I would like to thank Open Door for joining us today at the Rambling River Center to discuss an opportunity to have a pop-up pantry once a month at Rambling River Center, and we are going to be able to join in together with that, and we're hoping that it will start in June, and we did make sure they knew about due days. That week is off limits, but we're really excited about this opportunity and joint venture with Open Door. And Open Door feeds 14,000 Dakota County residents a month. And so this will add to it, and we're really excited to work with them, and more information to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Shirley?
I'm actually excited to meet with Shannon Williams from Inver Hills Community College tomorrow. She's the coordinator of their student voter registration, education, and outreach efforts. Since Farmington is one of their top 5 cities where their students reside, she's looking for ways in which we can partner and educate students in local Farmington elections. And if anyone's interested in joining the elections team, reach out to me.
Thank you. Julie?
I have nothing tonight. I know, it's disappointing. I'm sorry.
John?
Thank you, Mayor. As Councilmember Wilson mentioned, the sweeping is done, the hydrant flushing is done. I would note that there's an area we have yet to flush over by the high school. We always wait until school's out before we flush over in that area. So we're moving on to pothole patching and bituminous patching, so you'll see more activity related to spray patching, pothole patching, and large-scale patches in the coming weeks.
Thank you, sir. Kelly?
Friday night is the Spring Food Truck Festival at Empire at the Stelzl Ball Fields. The Park and Rec Commissions of Farmington and the City of Empire put that on together. Right now, we have 8 food trucks, 5 to 8 p.m., like I said, at Stelzl Fields. Hopefully we'll see you there. And then Saturday, this VFW Steak Fry, benefiting the Rambling River Center. 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday. You can buy tickets currently at the Rambling River Center, otherwise at the door on Saturday. It includes a Von Hansen's steak, a baked potato salad, and some lemon bars from Blanche. So hope you can make it on Saturday. And then just want to thank Marlene Swantek. She did donate $1,000. It was on the consent agenda to the Rambling River Center. She's donated significant dollars over the last few years. So just want to thank Marlene for her support and her donation.
Thank you, ma'am. Chris?
Not a whole lot going on. I'm still compiling the capital improvement plan requests, and we're also into phase 2 of the budget process.
Thanks, sir. Chief?
We're exactly 2 months away from the 150th celebration, so still plenty of raffle tickets. Get your firefighters and get the raffle tickets bought.
Thank you. Chief?
Well, I feel like I've talked about the open house once or twice here, but it's
You can
finally
keep
here.
hitting it. It's fine.
It is finally here. It'll be this Saturday, 11 to 2. The advanced weather forecast looks spectacular. So bring a few dollars, buy some Bourbon Butcher stuff and some Kona Ice and hop in the bounce houses and check out all the stuff that we have to offer. One other point I would like to hit, tonight on the consent agenda, you approved the final appointment of our 2 new police officers. Those are the 2 additional positions that council approved last year for hire mid-year this year. Those are gonna bring us some good relief once we get them on board and get them trained, so thank you for that.
Thank you, sir. Tony?
I do actually have
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Yes.
Infographs and everything,
I was
right?
waiting for that one.
It was. I don't think I've ever seen him so chipper.
We have started the engagement process for the comprehensive plan and vision update. I believe all of you received a little flyer that we have been trying to distribute throughout town. We want to get the word out about this. We have the social pinpoint up and working on the website, so please, everybody, feel free to jump on our website, do the survey. If there's any other questions, you can certainly contact me directly, and I'll chat with anybody about it anytime. So just wanted to get that out there.
Thank you, sir. I'll lead with that a little bit, right? For those that don't know, our 2040 comprehensive plan is just that. It's a roadmap. It's a guide. It is not a black and white, clear cut, never going to change. It is a moving document. And if you look at in 2023, what the 2040 proposed land use is, we currently have almost 30% of that land that does not have a designated future use. Currently, some of it's agricultural. And part of why, one of the main drivers behind this coming out of community development is how do we want to define Farmington going forward? How do we want to be seen not only across the area, but the county and the state? What is Farmington? We like to say that it's a bedroom community, or we hear often it's a bedroom community. We know it's in our name. We have a strong history of agriculture and farming. But over time, that is going to change. And I mean, all of it's going to change, right? There's more housing, our landscape. You hear of people that have left and come back after 10 years and they go, oh my gosh, I don't even recognize the city. We're asking residents and business owners and community contributors, anyone, to contribute to what that looks like. The decisions that this council and future councils will make with staff recommendations will be on that proposed future land use. You have things like, streets like Flagstaff that we don't know what that's going to look like. I can tell you just a mere 20 some odd years ago when I graduated high school, 160th and Pilot Knob was not what it is today. Going east was a gravel road that everyone drove their vehicle over the railroad track to try and bang your head off the top of the vehicle, right? There was never, from a resident's perspective, there was never an idea of what that was going to look like. I certainly did not envision the very robust commercial and mixed use that it is today. You look at intersections like Flagstaff and 50, Pilot Knob and 50. I'm not saying it's 10 years from now. It could be 5, 7, 10, 15. It could be 20 years from now. But naturally, that urban crawl is going to get into our community, and it's going to look a lot different than it does today. And so this is an initiative to get out and seek our residents' input. And I mean, we really listen. We really want to know what you think. It's not a place to drop the, 15 different spots where you think there should be a grocery store, right? I mean, we're looking for real feedback. But this is one of our council priorities. This is a goal of ours to continue the transparency, continue telling our story, and involving our residents in doing so. So I applaud staff, as I know all of my peers do, at taking this initiative and really looking forward with vision and trying to define what our bold future looks like. So with that, thank you. Steve hit it on. John, do you and your team? I talked at my State of the City, and I often use the term touch points, right? The police department, fire department, front office staff have touch points. When residents come in, they make contact. Our entire public works department, their touch points are anything that they touch throughout the community. And our residents don't always see that with a person. And you and your team have done one heck of a job continuing to increase that standard. I walk our trails often, as I know many of our residents do. We see the improvements, and we as council and staff know what's coming over the next few years. And we just ask our residents to be patient. A lot of this takes a little bit more analysis to figure out which streets we actually start with and prioritizing. And it's not bright, shiny bulbs all the time, but I applaud your team's effort and you specifically for digging deep and doing the work that we've asked you to do to help prioritize that as we're going forward. So thank you. Gary, to you and your team, words are never enough. The men and women of our PD are second to none. We have the strongest team anywhere. The unity, the collaboration, the outreach within the community, it's stuff communities dream for. There are other cities that are spending tens of thousands of dollars to figure out the magic that we have, and y'all got it. And it don't take a week out of the year for us to recognize that. We proclaim it, and I know you all know it, but we will continue to drive that horse home every day, that y'all keep us safe. We're not without our problems, but our men and women step up every day and do the job that not a lot of people want to do right now. So a sincere thank you. Lynn, the open door, that stems right into the Dakota County Regional Chamber of Commerce. First, congratulations to John on his appointment to chair or president of the Dakota County Regional Chamber of Commerce. John and his team and Laura has been at our networking events. I mean, they've been in town 3 or 4 times the last 2 weeks. The regional chamber has a huge presence in this community, even more so now than they have in months past. And we were sitting right here, and the director for the open door made the connection as it was a member of the regional chamber, which turned into a site visit for you and I, a great tour that turned into their visit today, and now we're going to start having events. So again, that just drives home the power of networking and how we continue to go out and ask others to be a part of Farmington, and this is a huge win for us. Last, short meetings, I'm going to ramble a little bit. Holly, you hit on it with due days, but I'm going to go a little bit further with it, because whether it's the Relay for Life, Toys for Town, due days, the Community Expo, what used to be Ramble Jam, there are so many events in this community, and there's never a doubt that our residents and our business owners and our organizations and our groups step up over and over and over again. Hundreds of thousands of dollars a year that get donated back, whether it's through Roundup campaigns or individual fundraisers or whatever it may be. This community does it better than anyone. We just have that magic that, again, and I say this often, so many communities try to figure out. We got it. Like, look past the stuff that's not happening, what you don't see, and see what happens on the streets every single day. Your fellow residents and business owners and community organizers and youth groups and nonprofits continue to step up over and over and over again to make sure that every need that gets asked gets answered. And I couldn't be more proud than ever to see what I've seen in the last 6 months, because it is just, all financial indicators would tell you that donations should be down and people are conserving a little bit more, and yet we are blowing away records. It is frankly dumbfounding sometimes. So a sincere, heartfelt thank you on behalf of myself, the entire council, and the entire team at the City of Farmington for everything that our residents and our business owners, our nonprofits, our community organizers, and everyone through Farmington continues to do to ensure that all of these events go on and are as successful as they can be. So thank you. With that, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Holly, second by Steve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned at 7:29.